What's up, my friends? Coach Jan here at CrossFit Liberate. Got another at-home workout for you for today. Today is Tuesday, October 13th, and our workout is called Push Pop. So this is a fun little simple couplet combining some core work and some weightlifting with our odd object. And these two movements don't really interfere with each other much, which means they don't use the same muscle groups. So it's really a good day to push the pace on both. And then overall, we're looking for this workout to take somewhere between 9 and 15 minutes. All right, let's take a close look at our warm-up for push pop. So we're gonna go 30 seconds each, starting with our active Spider-Man stretch. Into a push-up to down dog stretch. Next, we'll go to our back and hit a hollow hold. Here, we're aiming to push that low back into the floor. If you need to, you can bend one knee or both knees to achieve that hollow shape. Next, we'll go into pike stretch. Nice long legs, folding that upper body over the thighs. Back to that push-up to down dog. Back to our back, this time for some flutter kicks, keeping those legs long, toes pointed, and quads squeezed. We'll grab that odd object for strict press next. Back to push-ups to down dog. And we'll finish with slow sit-ups. For our mobility work, we'll hit a straddle stretch for 1 minute, getting those feet as far apart as possible. Again, pushing that belly button and chest closer to the floor. And then we'll go tabletop stretch for 1 minute. Basically a combination of a shoulder stretch and a glute bridge here. All right, let's take a close look at push pop. So here we have 5 rounds, 4 time, 30 sit-ups, 15 odd object push press. So today we have a simple couplet combining some core work and weightlifting with our odd object. With these movements using different muscle groups, which means they won't provide a lot of interference with each other, it's a good day to push the pace on both. We expect this piece to take anywhere from 9 to 15 minutes. With your odd object push press, clean the weight up to front rack to begin each set. There's no rebend of the knees after driving the object overhead. Choose a weight here that will allow you to push for unbroken sets, but in a challenging manner. In the later rounds, it would be acceptable to break the sets of 15 into 2 quick sets. On your sit-ups, choose a number that you can complete in about 90 seconds. Complete these with legs straight or feet anchored under a heavy object like a couch or cabinet. And then as always, further movement subs and modifications are in the video description below. All right, our focus for our movements today, starting with the push press, is going to be finishing the drive. On today's push presses, aiming to go unbroken will come down to finishing the leg drive. Let's dial in the timing of the leg drive to the press with the arms. The more effectively we can use the legs, the more strain it takes off the shoulders. This can allow us to sustain bigger sets throughout. Look to straighten the legs hard before doing any pressing. It can be helpful to think of the press as a follow-through to the leg drive instead of its own part of the movement. Jump and finish, don't squat and press. With your sit-ups, let's think about the hip position. Although the sit-up is a fairly simple bodyweight movement, a good setup position allows us to get the most out of this station. Pinning the hips to the floor in the sit-up will allow for full flexion and extension of the abdominals. Even as you're moving fast today, prioritize a solid position with the hips. All right, so some strategy advice for this one. So we've got 5 rounds to manage, 225 total reps to manage. So the name of the game is going to be to find a pace that's sustainable across the duration of the workout. And what's most likely going to be your best bet is to use the ab mat sit-ups as a pacer for your push press. So if you feel really confident about the push press, you can probably afford to go a little bit faster on those sit-ups, and then vice versa. If you're a little bit worried about the push press, slow those ab mat sit-ups down so you can still thrive on those push press and hopefully even go for unbroken sets. And then since these movements don't use much of the same muscle groups, it's a really good chance to kind of get uncomfortable either way and try to push the pace a little bit faster than you normally would. And then with a workout like this where we have 5 rounds and 2 different movements, there's a total of 10 transitions. So if we can just speed up those transitions a little bit, we're gonna be able to keep the intensity pretty high and score a little bit better. So wherever you are, if it's ab mats to push press or push press to ab mat, make sure that transition is immediate and you get right into your next set. All right, y'all, make sure you really get after this thing. As always with CrossFit, our goal is to bring intensity to our work. That is where the results lie. And then make sure that you're tracking your scores somehow for your workouts. We want to be tracking progress over time. That's just simply how we know we're getting fitter. And then if you plan on coming back to the gym, I cannot wait to coach you in person.